Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Been really quiet lately, and that's just because I've been busy doing stuff and just taking it a lot easier. Been taking it much easier on the farm this year, and it's something that I'm actually starting to enjoy the farm again. Starting to fall in love with farming again. When you're so intensely involved in farming and you're pushing so hard, sometimes it can become difficult to see the wood from the trees. And slowing down this year, because taking the foot off the throttle, I'm just really starting to fall in love with the farm again, and spending a lot more time doing things a lot slower, getting to enjoy a lot of the work. I had a tour of farmers here at the weekend, and I was kind of reflecting, because I was going through the whole place with them and telling them, what we've done in 3.5 years, and they were really blown away by the amount of work that was done. And I suppose when you stop and take stock, it's a lot of work we've done here, and it's really nice now to sit back and kind of enjoy some of that. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. I bought myself a bigger boat, so I've been playing about on that. And yeah, we've been busy doing trainings in the farm as well. We've got another training coming up this weekend, and it's well, I've called it How to Start a Farm from Scratch. And basically, this is the training that I wish was readily available when I was starting out. And it's not even I've kind of called it How to Start a Farm from Scratch, but really it's encompassing how to start a regenerative farm. So you might be a farmer already. This could be, because we're going to really look at stuff like keyed line design, the scale of permanence from PA Yeomans, integrating tree crops into your pastures, building infrastructure. So it's not necessarily for people that are looking to get into farming. It's for anybody that's looking to up their farming game as well. And I'm really looking forward to that, because it's going to be the most encompassing course that I'm going to run here at the farm this year. And I really hope it's a good kickstarting platform. We had our pastured poultry training 2 weeks ago, and that was a really cool group of people. A lot of people. Just I feel like there's a lot of people that were on that training that are doing and will go off and do some really good, cool stuff. A lot of them had already started their layer enterprises, and they were coming to really push and fine-tune them, and really get the best out of them. And I follow some of them, and I know there are going to be some really cool enterprises coming out of that. So yeah, that's all exciting. I love that kind of educational aspect of seeing the people coming in with that enthusiasm. Is a real good injection for me. So we'll take a quick look around the farm. I've made a few videos when I could, and see what's happening and keep you up to date. Just move these guys again. And so what I'm doing here now is I'm giving them a paddock for 3 days, and then I just put in a cross fence and move it, and we move on. These guys are starting to lose their winter coat, starting to slick off nice. And there's some really good grass. All right, Bully, show us yourself there. I'm gonna make some good quality 100% grass-fed beef there for sure. And I want to keep these guys as horns as well. I think I'm going to do something cool with them. They're really cool horns. Make some mugs or something out of them. You can see they're just starting to lose their winter coat. Some of them are further along. You look at like this guy up here. Look at the shine that's on him now. Over the next week or two, they will just shed off their coat. And yeah, look at that fella there now. Tell me he doesn't look like a picture. Hey, Bully. It's amazing what grass can do with these animals when they're designed to eat it. And our lambs are doing well as well. They're pretty young yet. I might try. They're about 8 weeks old. They're old enough to be weaned. We'll maybe do another rotation, so leave them about 12 weeks old. And I might switch out the ewes and get rid of the ewes, and get in more lambs, because I'm not going to overwinter any ewes this coming winter. So I'll probably switch them out and get some lambs in. And these last two goats are going away at the end of this month. And then I've gotten rid of all the goats. That's just the reason I got rid of the goats. Is I can't 100% trust them. Now, I've never really had a goat go out through the fence, but I still don't fully trust them without checking them multiple times a day. And I would like to get it so that I only have to check these guys once a day, twice a day tops. And I trust the cows and the sheep 100% with this fence. And in fact, once I get rid of the goats, I'm going to change to 2 strands of wire. Now, I've just ran out. The reel wasn't long enough to come up here, but the cows and sheep even won't pass that when they've got good grass. So that'll speed things up for me again. It'll be even faster to put out fence. If I'm only putting out 2 rows, I'll probably actually move this up. I'll probably put one here and one up here, and that'll keep the sheep and the cows happy. But again, like, why would they go anywhere when you've got lush green grass like this here? They've got their shelter over there. Everybody's happy. Piggies, we're making a video. The froggies are getting big. They're froglets, I think is the technical term. Pigs! Pigs are just eating lunch, well, supper. But we're just checking out our tadpoles, or I think they're froglets now, might be the technical term. But they're just doing really well, hanging out. This guy over here, he's definitely more developed. And see, oh, I scared some of them off. See that guy there, he's quite hard to see. There's some more down here. And yeah, they're getting braver and going into the deeper water now. This last couple of days I haven't seen any around the surface. They've been maybe a foot or two in, and that's where I'm seeing the real benefit here of having this very gentle slope. It slopes gentle down into about there, and then it drops down more. And this is where definitely the most activity happens, in this shallow section here. So my tip is, if you're building a pond, try not have it where you go over the bank and then go straight down. If you can have it as shallow as possible, you're leaving the maximum amount of space where life really likes to happen. You see a lot of insects and stuff float around here on the surface as well. I'm so happy with how the pond is developed. It's basically doing its own thing here. All I done was back up the dam, and it's made a life of its own. I'm so happy with it. I think I'm going to put in another pond. There's another place, if I spin you around slowly, on the other side of this hill. So this is a ridge here, and it drops down on the other side. There's a very similar area where the ground is all going into a valley, and if I do a similar thing, put up a dam like this, pretty sure I can have another pond down there. And yeah, I have a couple ideas what I want to do with that one. We got our turkeys. These guys are 6 weeks old, and as you can see, I've joined them up to the polytunnel. When I get my turkeys first, they're still just at that kind of tipping point where they're just becoming tough, and so if we get really wet weather, it can be sore in them. So what I do for the first week is I allow them in and out of the polytunnel. You can see there's still some guys I'm going to sleep in here tonight, but this is their 3rd night, and already some of them are deciding they're going to sleep in the gobbledygook. So they're in here 3 days. I'll probably give them another 4 days here, and then we'll start moving away from the polytunnel, and this will be their home for the rest of the summer. And I've got this fence, and I just come out in the evening, because this is the first few nights of them. I come out and check, make sure the fence is going. I have this on a timer, and just make sure it comes on in the evening to keep Mr. Fox at bay. And yeah, turkeys are happy out. I used to have my turkeys on a feed plan, and they get fed twice or 3 times a day, but these guys are actually on ab lib feed as well. I'm just trying to take the time out of it. So I've actually got a feeder just inside the polytunnel there, with feeding it all the time for them. And I think they probably won't eat any more than nearly what my feed plan was anyway. My feed plan was close to the maximum they would uptake, so should be fine. I've got in a nice feeder so that wild birds won't be attracted to it. And yeah, it's great to have turkeys back on the farm. Just a note on that, guys, I was growing my turkey numbers. One year I done 200 turkeys. I've only done 100 this year. 100 is a really good number for me. I can sell them all direct from the farm here. When I go above 100, I need to start to go a bit further than my sales reach, and so just for handiness, I'm being a bit lazy, to be honest. I should probably push myself, but I don't need the money that hard, so it's a nice size. So I actually have 2 gobbledygos, and I'm going to offer this one up for sale, because I could put it in with the turkeys. They don't need it. 100 works fine on one of these for me. So there's no point in it either sitting here going to waste when someone else could be running it. So this thing is designed and works 100% perfect for turkeys, tried and tested. I've actually really fine-tuned it to the Irish conditions. I've got a one break on these sides, so anyone that's looking, thinking about getting into pasture turkeys and was a bit iffy about building one, I've got one available here. If you're interested, send me an email to cahill@heatherhillfarm.ie. I'll stick that down in the description. And very easy to transport this. You can just put it up on a flat bed trailer, and yeah, it'll be easy to move around. But this thing served me very well. This is the first one I built. Second one's identical to it. I've got some spare cladding. That cladding shouldn't be on there. I just got it in out of the weather, but it's on these really good flotation tires, so it doesn't mark the ground. And I also have them on stands up here. This makes it really stable, and you can move this with a little quad, no problem. I mean, sometimes I even move it by hand. It's a little bit heavy for that, but if you've got any bit of a downhill grow, I just sometimes grab it here and push it. But yeah, it's solid. The timber's always protected, so like it's perfect. This is all treated 2x4s, and these are 2x2s, so they're solid, and there's many good years of service in it, and everything's covered by the sheet of tin on top. And I find this is awesome for the turkeys. So with the turkeys, what I've found is generally they start nesting on the bottom, and then they slowly, as the nights go on, they start to move up the roost more and more until there's a scramble to get up to the top. So you can see there's a good majority of them on the ground, but now some of them are climbing up to the first level, and then they'll slowly go up and up and up until they're all roosting up high. We're really happy with how these guys are settling in, and they're taking to their new life on pasture.